yourself, I'm going to change, because you're never going to live a fulfilled life if you don't start changing, right? And I got a beautiful gift from that lady. You know, I thank her every single day of the week for the beautiful gift she gave me, right? It put me to suicide, but it also made me say these words when I came out of it, right? I said, the next person that gets me in their life is going to get the best version of me.
Oh my God.
Right? And then I extended that. To, well, the next person that I meet is going to get the best version of me. And the next person that comes into my life is going to get the best version of me. Right? So all the way through it, it's all I want to do is be the best version of me. So that, example, Bruno, you can experience my life. Like, you can experience it, because I want to be the best for me so that I can be the best for you. Right? And that's what made me start to change. These are the things that made me start to change. And I get to look at my beautiful, amazing now wife, you know, that came into my life. And if I hadn't said them words and I hadn't made that decision, because everything is made of a decision, to do that, then I wouldn't be sat here right now talking to you on this amazing, beautiful podcast that is like, you know, sick ass designs, because I really love that big ass kind of lightning bolt in the background, by the way, because that is sick ass. Kind of want you to send me all that from Germany, by the way. But anyway.
Thank you. Man, you have no idea how happy you're making me, like hearing all of those things. And it's crazy how spot on you are from like, and like, they relate to so many things that I happened throughout my life. I won't give any names, of course, but gosh, I had like girlfriends who would say exactly that. That's who I am. I'm not changing. Either accept me or that's it. That's who I am. Or fuck off. Like, she didn't say it exactly like that, but basically that was the message, loud and clear. And just yesterday, I saw this TikTok of a guy saying, "Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You know what's the highest form of love ever? Is you working yourself to be the best partner you can be, the best person you can be for a partner. What is the opposite of that? Saying that you are the way you are and you do not need to change. That's not love. You need to be able to self-reflect and understand who you are. Otherwise, how are you gonna become better? Like, assuming that you don't need to change is assuming, assuming that you're perfect, and no one's perfect. That's insane. Especially if you're like 15 years old, 20 years old." So it's so cool that you're saying all of those things, because like it's so true. It's so true, and I think a lot of people, they don't hear, like, they don't know, like, that's the way that the way for becoming a better person. I think most people, Peter, to be honest, don't even care or don't even want to become a better person. It's too much effort. It's required.
No, I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you, and I want to. And the reason I'm going to stop you, and I'll elaborate on why I want to stop you, is it's no one's fault.
It's no one's
It's
fault.
not their fault. It's not their fault. It's not their fault, right? And it's not your fault. And everybody does care. Because if no one cared, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I believe this, and my hallucination is this, right? If no one did care, why would they be asked putting shit on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and all that kind of social media? If no one really did care about it, then why would they still be doing that?
No one cared? That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no one cares.
Okay.
Cares. You know, because you said no one's bothered, you know, right? So cares. Sorry, it's the language. It's the way I say "ers" is a little bit different to everybody else. I'm amazed that a German guy just pulled me on that. I am.
So would you say that they care and therefore
yes.
they post shit posts on Facebook?
Yes, they post stuff on Facebook because they want to be seen, because they're trying to meet. They're trying to meet that you know that connection. They're trying to create connection. They're trying to create significance, certainty, uncertainty. You know, if you've heard anything from Tony Robbins, you know, the 6 human needs is what Tony talks about all the time, and it's so true. You know, when we post something on Facebook, you know, or Instagram or whatever it is, or YouTube, why do we do it? You know, why am I on this show? You know, I'm on this show, and I'll tell you the reason why is because I want to contribute, right, to the rest of the people listening and you, right? and I want to grow because this is teaching me and learning on how I develop as a speaker, right? And also reaffirming my story is that I never go back to the person that I was. And then from there, that gives me significance, right? Then it also gives me certainty that I'm more than likely touching some people's lives. I already know I've touched you, so I'm already ticked in the box on that one. And then it also gives me uncertainty because I don't even know what you're going to ask me out of that amazing mouth of yours, right? So that ticks another human need. And then it also gives me connection. And it also gives me love and connection because I know and I can feel from people out there listening that there's a lot of people giving me a lot of love right now. Right. And that's not a hocus pocus and all this type of stuff, right? Because if you've had energy healers on your show, which I believe you have, then this is what it is, right? Because all we are is a ball of energy. And that's a different podcast to go down. But this is where it meets all your human needs, meets all 6 human needs. This is where younger people out there, if you're listening, I'm very, very truthful about this, is if I knew the shit that I knew right now or the amazing stuff that I knew right now, I wouldn't have been doing them mistakes back then. Trust me, I would have made some mistakes and I'm still making mistakes, right? Because with mistakes come learning lessons. And the only thing that we do when we fail is we learn, right? And when we fail, which is classed as a mistake, different word for a mistake, we learn from it. It's just how do we learn from it? That's it. Just took me 18, nearly 19 years. It took me 18 years to learn not to be a drug addict and alcoholic, for God's sake. You know what I mean? I mean, but I never give up.
Isn't there a quote like "What doesn't kill me teaches me" or something like? I think my dad has.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's one of the quotes. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
My dad has like a similar quote on his WhatsApp status. I need to check it out. 1 second. So he wrote, "I never lose. Either I win or I learn."
I love that. I never lose. I always win or learn. I'm actually going to write that down. So, I mean, that's going back to the whole thing that we started about. And I know it was a long-winded way of getting to the point about isn't everybody in the teenagers years and stuff like that, don't they all feel lost? Well, only if you've been programmed to feel lost. Only if we've been given a program. And this is one of the big things I'm going to say is whoever is listening to this, whatever, problems you may feel like you've got right now or issues that you've got right now, or if you're broken or whatever, then I'm here to tell you that you're not broken and we don't need to fix you. You just need to start making better decisions and better choices.